with law offices of Affordable Living Trusts. We are a law firm in downtown Saratoga. We confine ourselves to the preparation of revocable living trusts and trust administration at death. Let's talk a little bit about what is a revocable living trust. It is like a will, only better. It's a vehicle to pass your estate at death, except unlike a will, everything passed via a living trust is not subject to probate. It's like a will, only better. You decide who's in charge, who gets what, and actually some additional terms and benefits that I'll talk about in a moment. For most of us, it's all the estate planning we ever need. Let's talk a little bit about what is a revocable living trust. It is the most basic form of estate planning. Most of us are familiar with a will. It's like a will, only better. Like a will, you choose who's in charge and who gets what, but better than a will, or of course no estate plan in place at all, is the fact that you bypass probate. So your loved ones, your trustee, the person you put in charge, is in charge of managing your estate right away. For most of us, a living trust is all the estate planning we ever need, probably about 90% of the population. For maybe a smaller percentage, about 10%, may go on to do more advanced estate planning, but the living trusts like to kind of think of it as the kindergarten or the foundation of estate planning. So for all of us, that's usually our first step. Let's clarify terms a little bit. Revocable living trust, what does revocable mean? Revocable means I can change my trust, I can change it or get rid of it while I'm alive. At our office, we offer you the opportunity to make any changes for free within 30 days of completing your trust. So we don't want you to go home, lose any sleep. If you're not comfortable with something you put in place, we'll change it for you for free within 30 days. Who needs a living trust? Essentially every adult. If you own a home, you should definitely have a trust because your estate will be subject to probate. Also, if you have a total estate valuing over $100,000, you would also be subject to a probate process. And I'll clarify in a moment a little bit about probate. But essentially, it's a no-brainer. Most every adult should have an estate plan in place, a revocable living trust, to help give you that peace of mind, who would be in charge and who would get what if something did happen to you. A little bit about probate. What is probate? Probate is a legal process through which a court oversees distribution of assets at death. So it's a public process. Your assets, your liabilities, who's in charge, who gets what, all of that is subject to court record, public record in a probate process. So there's a loss of privacy there. Also, it's time consuming. Typically, maybe 18 months to 2 years is maybe an average for a probate process. So with a living trust, you bypass that and you put your loved ones in charge right away and again maintain that privacy. Probate process can be a costly process, typically about 10% of your gross estate because you have court fees, attorney fees, and maybe costs associated with the delay. So good thing to understand about probate is that it's costly, it's time consuming, and you could be subject to a separate probate for each state in which you own a home or own property. Probate avoidance is the primary reason to complete a trust. That's kind of a no-brainer right there. You avoid probate, you put your loved ones in charge right away, you maintain privacy, and you minimize the cost associated with passing your estate. There are, however, with a living trust, additional benefits that you can enjoy also during lifetime, such as ability to manage your assets if you're incapacitated due to illness or accident. Let's clarify the term successor trustee. That's the person, like an executor of a will, that you'd put in charge of managing your estate once you're gone, or once you and your spouse are both gone, if you do a married trust. So successor trustee, that's my trusted friend, trusted family member. That's the person that I put in charge to manage and distribute my estate once I've passed away. The successor trustee can also manage funds for young people. Not too many folks sit down with me and tell me that they'd like their child to inherit everything the day they turn 18. Most people may say, I'd like my children or grandchildren to inherit maybe half at age 25, half at age 30. So your successor trustee would be the person who would manage and distribute those assets to your beneficiaries at the appropriate age, your children or grandchildren. Give them a little time to mature. Another important part of the revocable living trust package is nomination of guardianship. So if you have children that are under 18, it's a vital concern to you as a parent, who would care for my kids if I were gone or my spouse and I were to pass away. Our trust package includes a nomination of guardianship. So again, you choose your trusted individual or family member would be in charge of the care and custody of your child if in the event that you were gone. What is included in a living trust package at our office? We provide a comprehensive, complete living trust package. So of course, that's a living trust instrument itself. That will say who's in charge, who gets what, all the terms of the distribution of your estate if you were to pass away. It also includes a pour-over will. Common question I get, a will that says I leave everything to my trust. So you don't need to go out and do a separate will. We're going to take care of all of that for you and dovetail them together. Also included in the package is the nomination of guardianship for your kids, if you have young kids, powers of attorney, the medical directive, that's for medical decisions only, and that's important to have in place. So, and some other documents. Let's talk a little bit about asset titling. Of course, we're going to complete the trust for you. And for most people, their home is their most valuable asset. We'll handle the transfer of your home to your living trust. We will give you, you'll leave our office with your original trust and a binder full of copies and instructions that help you title your other assets yourself, which is very easy to do. We provide your title page and the signature page of your trust for you to forward to your banker, financial institution, your financial planner, credit union, wherever it may be. So bank accounts, stocks, savings, mutual funds, CDs, all of that stuff, very simple and straightforward for you to title in your living trust yourself. How do I get started? At our office, it's really easy. Nothing's required. Just come on in and we'll sit down with you and we'll help you fill out our starter package, answer questions, explain the decisions you're going to be making, and help you think about who you want to put in charge, at what age, some trust structure options, those kinds of things we go over with you. Get you a jump start in that first appointment, that first consultation. All the documents you're going to be looking at are available on our website, so you can get a preview if you like, but I recommend that you come on in and let us help you get it started. And then if you end up wanting to take some things home and think about it, read some more, of course you'll have all the time you need to do that. Keep in mind with that initial appointment, no bank statements or detailed financial information is required. So again, we're just going to start you from ground zero, make it simple. We have a very straightforward, streamlined process. In fact, most people tell me that it was painless and that it was more smooth and less time consuming than they expected. So typically people come in for 1 hour to get started, get a jump start on that packet. Actually, we usually get a lot done together. Then you'll have an opportunity to take some information home and be thinking about it or reading it through, and we'll be preparing for your next appointment. Typically then you'll come back for a second appointment, and at that time we'll be ready to go over the trust with you, finalize your decisions, sign, notarize, and have you leave with a completed trust. Don't watch this video or look at our website and feel like you did something. Call for an appointment and come in and let us help you get started, because then you get to experience that peace of mind next time you're going to go on a trip or home for the holidays, that just in case your estate plan is buttoned up and it's taken care of. You can travel, you can prepare for the unexpected with peace of mind, because you've already taken care of your loved ones, the people that you want to provide for. I'd like to thank your viewers for joining me in this presentation. I hope I've answered common questions, things they may have been wondering about. Also maybe gotten them thinking about some issues that are important, but they may not have in mind on the day-to-day. If they have any further questions, I hope they'll feel free to call me. Phone calls to my office are always free, and I'm happy to try to help you and point you in the right direction. I can't tell you how many times I've talked with clients as they're leaving our office, and having completed their trust, expressing to me a sense of relief and peace of mind, knowing that in case of unexpected events, loss of a loved one, or maybe even travel for vacation or to visit family, that this most basic form of security and protection for the ones they love is in place. The end of life is out of our hands, but passing all we've worked so hard for to those you care about the most can be simple and affordable. You too can have this peace of mind.